Right guys, rolling on. You can see, switched up the pose a bit, got him changed one of his hands, now with the shield. I will show you shield obviously, going more as if he's like just about to throw the shield with the left hand and balance himself with the right. So we're looking at the outfit. As you can see, I'm going to mention it, the figure to me, I've got some posters, some wallpaper on my downstairs computer, and I've just looked at this at side of it. I've looked at the film. To me, that's 100% screen accurate. The sculpt on the helmet, the clothing, the padded sections sort of across the shoulder and on the stomach, it does feel slightly cushioned. The costume doesn't hinder the articulation. The trousers are a little bit tight, but I think because of the material they're going to be like that. But again, you can still move the leg around, but I will cover that in the articulation. One of the first things that you do notice, and to me it's not a problem and I'll explain why. Some people have said that the helmet and the suit are a different blue. Now, that's understandably so if you think about it, because basically the helmet is supposed to represent sort of a spray painted blue metal helmet, I would think, or some kind of hard material, and the cloth is sort of a washed out denim kind of look. So I don't think it has to be 100% matching, because to me it's close enough to start with, and I do actually like the fact that the helmet is slightly darker blue because it brings out the white on the A and also on the wing on the side. So like I said, to me it is movie accurate, or as close as possible in a 1/6 representation. I will say the gloves are fucking awesome. I don't know if you're going to pick up much detail, but the sculpt on the glove is possibly the best hand sculpt of a gloved hand, definitely, of any Hot Toys figure I've seen. It's unbelievable. It's two sections. It's a gauntlet from the wrist up, and then obviously the different sculpted hands. I struggle to find this position. And then underneath that, you get like a little bit of faux leather cloth, so you don't see the wrist joint, which is a really good idea. The stitching on the outfit is top notch. The straps do feel like proper straps. The ammunition strap here is a separate piece. I've just put that on and tried to put it in the same place it would be in the film. Again, all the helmet face obviously and the straps are sculpted but look excellent in hand. The star is an hard plastic. Obviously, depending on how much light on it, it goes from a grey looking to a white. The symbols on the arm are hard plastic, feel really good. And yeah, just throughout top to bottom, it is a really good outfit. Very intricate, very photorealistic, I think. And yeah, I'm more than happy with it. Now, I'm going to score it because of how I've got it now. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. But what I'm going to explain is, when it first came out, and you've probably seen these in some of the pictures, that the legs, the costume here, and then on the arms, sort of here and here, it all looks rucked up, like it's just been pushed on. Now, you think about it, you've got 5,000 figures to make, and you're assembling them in a warehouse. You're not going to fuck about with every one, making it look neat and tidy. You're going to push the boot on and ship it out. Just to mention the boot, actually, it is a soft plastic with a ball joint inside, so it's decent articulation through that, and it is all one piece and excellent sculpted. Yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that. But what I was saying is, when I first took it out of the box, I saw that that was the case, and that all the trousers and the shirt were pushed up a little bit. So what I did, I took the boot off. Obviously, the ball joint pulls out. Pulled the trouser down as low down to the ankle as I could. Folded it under, sort of thing, to nip it closed, and pushed the boot back on, sort of working it up. So now it's took all the pleats out of the knee, so it looks how it's supposed to. I did the same, took the gauntlet off, took the hand off, checked the joints, and obviously straightened out the costume. So like I said, as it is now, is as good as it's going to get, sort of thing. So like I said, I love the outfit. Like I said, I touched on the belt. The belt is a really good piece in itself. It is all attached, but you can move the pouches backwards and forwards. Like I said, somebody moaned that it was too low. Now, I can't see why they would even bother writing that, because you can just push the belt up. If it bothers you that much, you can put it inside. The trouser does has like a a belt loop, so you could put it through that if you wanted to fuck about, but I don't think I'm going to bother because it's staying in place as it is. And what I will show you, as I turn it round, I'll come to the shield, obviously, you're going to want to know about the shield. As I turn him round and show you the back, like I say, you have got a loop for the belt, but the belt also attaches onto this section on his back, which covers the zip up. So that's possibly why they left the belt loose, so that there is a little bit of movement through the middle section. As you can see, his straps all look fucking awesome. All real metal clasps. That's a metal clasp on his back. Yeah, just a awesome piece. You can see the US sort of branded onto his gun holster. The gun's not in there at the moment, but obviously when we've done the review, you will have seen the figure fully set up. So yeah, loving that pose, loving this figure. I've given the outfit 5 out of 5, and I'm going to roll. Right, onto articulation. Change the pose again. Got him sort of firing the machine gun, covering himself with his shield from behind. Again, got him stood without the stand, so he will do that quite easily. But you couldn't get him in no really extreme poses. Simple reason, the elbow, I don't understand why they've used a sculpted body, but they have. So there's only the one bend on the elbow, that's probably as tight as the elbow is going to go. Same on both arms, obviously. The knee does double bend, but is restricted slightly by the thick, like a denim feeling trouser. The boots, there is articulation through the ankle, but not as much as on the Superman figure. But it is, like I say, a soft plastic, so there is a little bit of movement. The head is really well articulated. It's on a neck, so it does tilt and swivel really well. Obviously, his hands are well articulated because the gloves are in 2 pieces. There is a joint in the body, so he would be able to dip. But what I would say is the costume as a whole, because it does look awesome, but it is quite dense feeling, so it might restrict it. Obviously, you're never going to destroy it like you could a Batman outfit, but it is going to restrict how it moves, sort of thing. But I think the main poses you're going to want to do, it would still do. So I can't give it a 5 out of 5, obviously, because there is restrictions, but there's not that many restrictions that it pisses me off. So I'm still going to give it a very good 4 out of 5. Right, guys, let's roll on to the extras. First things, the strap that's round him, I think it's the ammunition clips that are around him. That did come in the extras tray, but I think I would more class that as a part of the uniform, to be honest. But if you have a look, I'll just show you the pose before we do. He's got in pretty relaxed stance, with the relaxed hands on, just a bit of an hero stance. And then let's have a look at the extras he brings. As you can see, you get a good array of hands. Really impressed with the hands because they're all sculpted really well. They all really do look like gloves. You can see, probably pick up the detail now on the inner part of the glove. So you get 2 wide open hands. You get the gun holding hand, the gripping hand, which is for the shield, I would think. And you get right and left of those. Right and left fist, again well sculpted. Get the large machine gun. I think that's a Thompson, if I'm right, if I've played Call of Duty enough. Get the pistol, which obviously fits into his holster, but I've not put in yet. You get this clip, which I think holds his shield onto his back. Obviously, you're going to pose it with shield in hand if it's Captain America, but still a nice touch for Hot Toys to put that in. The amp pegs, they're a little bit bigger than you normally get for whatever reason. I don't know if it's something to do with the gauntlets he wears, but they just seem a little bit bigger and a lot stronger than a standard amp peg. So, yeah, well done to Hot Toys for that. You get a standard stand, which Clipper King always uses, so I like that. And then what you get is, I don't know how well you're going to see these. If you look at that, in a tiny little bag, and I thought to myself, what the fucking hell's that? And what they are, brothers, is replacement buttons in case anything comes off your outfit. See if you can see the buttons there on the straps or on there. If they come off, there's some spares in this bag. You can just glue them back on. So again, top marks to Hot Toys for thinking of that. Now, I hope them buttons don't come off, but when you're posing them and you're touching them and feeling them all the time, there's a chance they might. So good thinking to Hot Toys to give us some spares. Another thing is, we've all had figures with buttons on and things like that, and there's possibly one come off for another figure. Thinking about the Beat It version, Michael Jackson, people had problems with the buttons on his red jacket, so possibly you could use it for that figure. But yeah, good idea for Hot Toys to put it in. And then obviously rolling on to the top accessory that everybody wants to know about is the shield. Okay, awesome looking thing. It is plastic, really nice spray job on it, very reminiscent of the red used for the Iron Man figure. Only thing, picks fucking fingerprints up like a bitch. But you can see that's the outer part of the shield. See, it's reflective. And then the inner part of the shield, as you can see, it's got these straps. Put his arms through. You can take those off, and in the instruction brochure it tells you how to set up the shield for depending how you want to pose it. Yeah, really nice piece. Not that heavy, which I'm glad about, because like I said before, the Thor, the hammer that Thor came with was a little bit heavy, so sometimes he struggled to hold it sort of away from his body. But Captain America shouldn't have no problems with that. Really nice piece. So yeah, not thousands of extras, like I said, but good enough for Clipper King, and I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I couldn't have thought of anything else that it could have brought. Probably the Chris Evans head sculpt would have been nice, but would you really display him without? The choice would have been nice, but I've got a funny feeling that figure's coming soon, so I'm happy with it anyway. I'm buzzing I've got it. So yeah, like I said, on the extras, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.